Hello everyone, welcome to Intrust Bank Arena for Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master with Arena Championship Series West. Here's the driver lineup for this series. Tristan England, currently your series points leader with a 49-point lead over Elvis Lainez. They have split both events here in Wichita. Up first, it's racing. See those round one matchups ready to go. It's going to be Velociraptor up against Earthshaker in our first matchup. We are wasting no time. Let's get right to the track. It is Tristan England in Earthshaker up against David Olford in Velociraptor, and we are off and running in Wichita. Beautiful around the turning boxes. No box being moved at all. No penalty necessary. Then lining up to the finish line, it is going to be Earthshaker taking the win, and Tristan England moving on to the semifinals. Up next, Elvis Lainez of Toro Loco, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. And it is El Toro Loco with a lead around that turning box across the straightaway. And then here we go, again, trying to brake check a little bit. El Toro goes wide, but it doesn't matter. Clipping the pod, and Elvis Lainez beating Ashley Sanford and moving on to the semifinals. Next up is going to be Mark Hall in Raminator up against Bailey Shea in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. All Brothers Racing Team Throttle Monster very well represented here in our third match. Mark Hall clipping the pod a little bit, goes wide. Bailey Shea has a nice angle, brake checks up, trying to creep her way around that turning box, race to the finish, and it's going to be Bailey Shea, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, advancing to the semis. Our final round one matchup, Kurt Kramer and hot seat. Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger winner advances. And here we go, final matchup in Wichita. Kristen Anderson, nice start here to Gravedigger's run. Kurt Kramer going wide. Kristen Anderson trying to finish this one strong, and she has got almost an entire lap here on Kurt Kramer. And it is Gravedigger advancing to the next round. Kristen Anderson moving on. Let's take a look at the bracket, the semis. Earthshaker, El Toro Loco, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and Gravedigger, 2 spots open in the finals. And then our racing winner gets the first 8 points of the night. Our first matchup of the semis is a big one, 1 and 2 in the series points. Tristan England, Earthshaker, Elvis Lainez, El Toro Loco. And here we go in the semifinal round, both clearing the box. About halfway through, we are dead even. Final turn, look at the drift there for El Toro Loco. And Elvis Lainez pushes across the finish line. And Elvis Lainez, El Toro Loco heads up to the pod to await the winner of this final matchup. Bailey Shea, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, and Monster Mutt got stuck at the starting line. Kristen Anderson taking advantage. Bailey Shea a little wobbly, trying to right the ship here, and Kristen Anderson with an easy win. Gravedigger going to advance into the final round against El Toro Loco. Nice run here for Kristen Anderson. Gravedigger now up on the pod, giving a little showdown here with El Toro Loco. There's your final bracket. We started with 8, we're down to 2. Winner gets the first 8 points of the night, and we'll be crowned our racing winner. So here we go. It is going to be Elvis Lainez, El Toro Loco, and he is up against Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Both looking for their first win here in racing of the weekend in Wichita. Finals have started. El Toro Loco with a nice start off the line, up on 3 wheels. Kristen Anderson across the straightaway into the halfway point. Elvis again has that drift turned down. And Elvis Lainez, El Toro Loco is going to take the win and start off today's competition in a big way. El Toro Loco Nation, the Crazy Bull, out in full force in Wichita. And there is your racing winner, Elvis Lainez. Elvis going to get 8 points as we take a look at our first BKT overall point standings. He's got the lead. Kristen Anderson gets 7. Tristan England, Bailey Shea, each with 4. And the rest of the field get 2 points. 1 down and 3 to go here in Wichita, Kansas. And up next, it's the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. That's all coming up when Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master, returns. Welcome back to Intrust Bank Arena as we continue on with Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. Next up is the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Each driver was the opportunity to wow the crowd with a maneuver using only 2 wheels. They get 2 attempts to do it. The fans are judging here in attendance based on creativity, skill, and execution. Let's take a look at our top 5 competitors. Up first, Ashley Sanford in Megalodon, nice sky wheelie. She gets a 7.090. And then coming in 4th place, David Olford with Team Throttle Monster and Velociraptor, going for a rare arena bicycle, and he gets it all the way around before running out of room. And then 2nd attempt does it again, this time a little higher there on the left side into a stoppie, and into a moonwalk. Great combo move, hits the rear steer, and 7.389 puts Velociraptor in fourth. Taking third place, Tristan England in Earthshaker coming off the ramp, right down onto that pod, onto the track, into a nose wheelie, and then hits that toggle switch. Now crab walking that big 12,000-pound Earthshaker truck back into a moonwalk, trying to get it right back up to the pod. He's got a great angle, and here is that teeter-totter Tonka truck move. Right back onto the wheelie bar, slides it all the way down over the single log, and a triple combo move there for Tristan England. He wasn't done, gets another shot here right up on the other side, comes back down onto that ramp and right onto the track, gets a stoppie at the dead center spot onto that pod, moonwalks it right back up, and look at the concentration, getting it right on the lip of that pod before it goes down, back into a nose wheelie, back into a moonwalk. He's got all day here, or as long as 20 seconds gets him throughout the day. And another great attempt there for Tristan England. That only took third place, so that shows you what these fans of Wichita were looking for. 8.992 is the score for Earthshaker. Next up at the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, it is Elvis Lainez of Toro Loco, coming off that big racing win, trying to add 8 more points to his total. He gets down the ramp into a stoppie as well. Tristan England did this, so how can he top it? How about he just holds the crazy bull there right on a dime before moving it back, starts hitting the throttle a little bit, giving it some rhythm, hammering away right down onto the edge. There's the dip, and the mouth hanging on by a bolt right now, just dangling in front of El Toro Loco, and Elvis Lainez lands it back down on all 4 BKT tires. Second attempt, try for a modified popper here, gets it right into a nose wheelie, great catch. Here comes the control, the kid out of Houston, Texas, a marvel in this competition. He's got to be competing against the likes of Tristan England and Kristen Anderson each and every night. And he has got this thing locked in. El Toro Loco not moving at all. Now he edges it out a little bit. There's the smoke. You got to give the fans some smoke and get that score up right on the turning box chalk line. 9.374 for Elvis Lainez, and that still didn't get it done. As Kristen Anderson said, hey boys, I got one for you, watch this. The reverse stoppie into a wheelie. She is so good at this, she just lays it right back on the wheelie bar. That is bad to the bone personified. And now watch right here, catches it, waits for the right moment. Complete and total annihilation on this track in now a reverse popper. So a reverse stoppie, now reverse popper. She's got it right back on the wheelie bar again, this time letting the fans see the artistry of moving that Gravedigger truck, moving the wheels back and forth, and then gets it right onto a wheelie back down the end of the pod. 9.505 gets it done, and your winner, Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. So she gets 8 points, and now she's tied atop the overall leaderboard with Elvis Lainez at 15, Tristan England in third with 10, and then David Ofer, Bailey Shea each with 7. 2 down, 2 to go. So we are halfway through the action as 2 competitions remain. We'll be back with more from Wichita as Donuts and Freestyle are next on Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. You're watching Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master with Arena Championship Series West. And next up in Wichita is the donut competition. Fans in attendance once again scoring based on momentum, execution, revolutions. And here's our top 3 competitors. Bailey Shea, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, laying one down here, gets that low center of gravity on the back end of the truck, and then just starts going to work, 8.439. Elvis Lainez having a phenomenal day here at Intrust Bank Arena. He comes in again, trying for another podium finish here. Gets the smoke going out of El Toro Loco, chopping away at that dirt on 3 wheels, just pounding down on those BKT tires. Gets a great rhythm going, and he's got an 8.833 to get second place, but it wasn't quite enough to take the competition. The master of the donut, shades of her dad, Dennis Anderson, Kristen Anderson, getting it done again, bringing Gravedigger in, comes in hot, comes in hard, and gets that low center of gravity again, roosting the dirt here in Wichita. And she had a good one going, that front wheel up, and that's what you want to see, and that's what you get with Kristen Anderson, 9.040. She gets her second win of the day, and now she sits all by herself on top of the BKT overall point standings with 23. Elvis Lainez with 22, Tristan England 15, Bailey Shea 13, and David Ofer with 10 rounds out the top 5. We have now reached the final competition of the day. It's freestyle. To get a score, drivers have to complete the first 15 seconds of the run. Fans want to see them use every obstacle on that 6-sided pod. They want to see creativity, technical moves, and combinations, and of course, wow moment or two as they judge the final competition of the night. And out first, representing Hall Brothers Racing, this is Kurt Kramer in hot seat. First freestyle run of the night, always a tough one because this is where the fans see. This is what you have to do. You have to set the tone and set the pace, and Kurt's gonna get that hot seat truck flying across. I love seeing hot seat come out. Usually you see Kurt ammunition, but every now and then we see hot seat out on the track. It is a beautiful sight and a beautiful truck. I know Kurt loves driving it. Comes back now with the near side, up over the tires, gets down. You see that 8-pack buried into the pod. We'll see if that shows up here tonight in Wichita. And again, now over the center side of the ramp, comes right back down, wheelies it across the pod. Not a lot of time here in arena. You get 75 seconds. You got to complete the first 15 seconds of your run, as I mentioned, or you don't get a score. Now, a lot can happen in 75 seconds, but you got to keep that momentum going from one side of the arena to the other. And now Kurt trying to cross-thread a little bit, goes about halfway over that single log. And that is going to do it here for hot seat. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay. Coming in right here, nice jump, nice air, good angle of the truck. Gets a nice pogo bounce right before the edge of that pod, gives up. 5.663 is the score. Next up is Hall Brothers Racing teammate Mark Hall in Raminator. Mark been around for a long time. This Hall Brothers Racing team has some of the best equipment based out of Illinois. And it shows in this Raminator truck, that incredible looking Hemi-powered Raminator 12,000-pound truck. Now your sky wheelie, brake checks up in the middle. Now, doesn't get a lot of air there. The brake check maybe cost him a little bit. And now over the tire stack, across the pod, back down, gets 4 tires on the track, keeps his momentum strong. Started out in the early 90s, formed this team with his brother Tim. Mark still going strong after multiple decades in Monster Jam, one of the most respected drivers in all of the sport. Throws in a little donut action right in front of the single log, so great awareness there of the track and the pod from Mark. Trying to take the lead away from his teammate. Truck leaning a little hard to the left, may try to clock it back to the right, up over the tire stack, and Raminator back down across the 8-pack. Now trying to line up for the center ramp, gets it a little far to the right, gonna halt his momentum just a little bit, but it does give him a lot of room to turn left. And now into another donut. When you have a short arena track, you got some space, why not give him a donut? They've seen a few, but why not give him one more as we take a look here at the original super glue, glued to the action replay. And the donuts at the end of the run, enough to take the lead. 6.850 is the score, and that is now the score to beat in freestyle. Our next competitor coming in representing Team Throttle Monster. This is Bailey Shea in Monster Mutt. 2 top independent teams being represented here. Team Throttle Monster out of Ogden, Utah, with Bailey in Monster Mutt Dalmatian and David Olford in Velociraptor. Really one of the biggest, most powerful teams in all of Monster Jam. Currently 6 trucks running all throughout the sport. They announced 8 total for next year. So Paul Jensen and Mike Christensen hard at work getting 2 more trucks into Monster Jam to make them the biggest independent team in the entire sport. Bailey Shea coming up short on that lip. She gets a little bit of air, gets the back 2 tires up into a popper, and now she's got a donut. We're seeing a lot of that here. I do want to point out that 8-pack a little buried too far, so we may not see the backflip here on a smaller track like Wichita, which does give a little more space on the sides for these donuts. Hard pack dirt at the beginning of the weekend, now starting to roost away, chip away at the pod. Shout out to the dirt crew for keeping this track in pristine condition through multiple events at the Intrust Bank Arena. Now Bailey Shea got to try to find some throttle rhythm, try to get some air, nothing there, so maybe a popper here into a stoppie. And that'll do it. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay. Big air for Monster Mutt Dalmatian, 7.434. That now takes the lead here in the freestyle competition. Great run for Bailey Shea. Coming up, freestyle continues as we look to crown the event champion. Who will it be? Find out next when we return with more Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master. Welcome back to Wichita with more Arena in 30, powered by Spin Master from Intrust Bank Arena as we continue on with the freestyle competition. Next out on the track, it is the rookie Ashley Sanford out of Fullerton, California. Made her Monster Jam debut on an arena series. That's a big spot for any rookie, no matter who you are. After attending Monster Jam University, waited for the right opportunity, got it this year in Megalodon, and now trying to fly that 12,000-pound truck high over the track here at Wichita. Former Top Fuel drag racer, so very much into straight line racing. You don't get a lot of that in arenas on these racetracks. It's roundy round racing. You get a little bit of a straightaway to accelerate, hit that throttle, but it's all about turns. It's the same with freestyle. It's not about speed, it's not about momentum, it's about control and keeping this truck at the right angle, hitting the jumps at the right time, brake checking at the right times, and trying to keep that throttle rhythm at a manageable. Ooh, and here she goes right up over the tire stack. Exactly what I said before. No 8-pack backflip here tonight. That tire stack embedded too far into the dirt. And we see now Ashley Sanford and Megalodon coming over with a wheelie combo, single log jump, some air, and into a slap wheelie combo. Let's take a look here at the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. With that run, Ashley Sanford, the wheelie combo, taking the lead, 7.450. Nice run there for the rookie. We'll see if she can hold it as the Megalodon fans letting her hear it here in Wichita. Speaking of fans, Digger Country is here in Wichita, and they are on their feet, bad to the bone and blonde to the bone. Here comes Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. She gets a huge sky wheelie there, bounce on the pogo, back 2 tires, and now right back over, coming out again, another big brake check sky wheelie, this time slap wheelie combo for Gravedigger. She's trying to hang on to the overall event lead. This is the 3rd event here in Wichita. Elvis Lainez took one, Tristan England took another, and now Kristen Anderson going to try to take this one. She's been forgotten a little bit when it comes to the series point standings, as Tristan England and Elvis Lainez have gone back and forth 1 and 2, but she is a defending series champion coming out of the Central. She appeared at World Finals. She's a world record holder in the Guinness book, so Kristen Anderson, one of the biggest stars in Monster Jam. You can never discount her, and she is out for the event championship, and she is out for another series championship. Gravedigger now coming back, almost an end-over-end jump. A little tough to get that air on this pod. She is doing it, though. Now right up, keeping that momentum on top of the pod, and that looks like that'll do it. Take a look at the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. 8.926, Kristen Anderson. Huge jump off the side of the ramp. Gets that nice bounce right in front of the edge of that pod, and then keeps it going. Fantastic run to take the lead for Gravedigger. Here comes the series points leader, Tristan England, in Earthshaker, 2nd generation driver out of Paris, Texas. 2-time Triple Threat Series champion, trying to get his 3rd Arena Series championship. Also a showdown winner. He has done a lot in his young career in Monster Jam. Learning from one of the best is Dad Shane England, driver of Big Kahuna. Look at that jump from Earthshaker, wobbly whip all over the track, and he is going to end up on the hood. That'll do a tough break for Earthshaker, but what a jump. Take a look at the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Just came in, that front left wheel way too up in the air, and then lands it, runs right into the edge, 8.281. Couldn't quite stick the landing, and Earthshaker ends the run a little bit prematurely, but a decent score nonetheless. Here comes Elvis Lainez and El Toro Loco. He is trying to win the event, and in order to do that, he needs to take the freestyle lead away from Kristen Anderson. Otherwise, Gravedigger will stand tall at the end of the run. In Wichita so far, Elvis has had a great weekend. He has 2 freestyle wins already, trying for the hat trick here. Great jump there for El Toro Loco. Brake check came a little off to the side. He's able to correct it in midair, get it right down to the center. Goes out deep on the truck. Look at the back 2 wheels. Flip it up out of El Toro Loco, almost in popper mode. And he's going to come just short of Gravedigger. Got to hit the brakes, but he's lined up to the single long. Nice brake check. There's a floater jump as he clears the pod with a slap wheelie combo. And now a popper technical move in the Great Clips 2-wheel skills challenge. Why not throw it into freestyle? He's trying to get the win and the event championship. And he's got El Toro Loco up on the pod and into another popper on the back side of the pod. Great move for Elvis Lainez. That'll do it. Check out the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. 8.934. That does take the lead, and that'll put Elvis in a great spot to win the event championship. All kinds of control with that nose wheelie, moonwalking it back. And now our final competitor out of Shaw, Oregon, David Olford in Velociraptor. What a journey this young man has had, from technician to crew chief to driver. He has found a home with Team Throttle Monster, and there may not be a better pairing in Monster Jam than David Olford and Velociraptor with Team Throttle Monster. Look at the brake check, floater jump, nearly clears the pod, squeaks the back tire back across. 8.934 is the score he's trying to beat to take the freestyle win. All the way back on the deep side of the track, right up over the tire stack. Nice jump, nice air. Pops the back two wheels up, and he's gonna try to save this with a cyclone. And just not enough room there. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay. David Olford, Velociraptor, some huge air just comes right off of it. Too much over-rotated and not enough room to make that save. 8.878 is the score. That means Elvis Lainez gets the freestyle win. As we take a look at our final BKT overall point standings, he'll tie Kristen Anderson with 30. Freestyle breaks the tie, and Elvis Lainez is our event champion. Right now, let's go to the track with our own Keaton Stewart and Elvis Lainez.
Elvis Lainez taking the win. You know what? This overall came super close, getting that tie with Gravedigger, but ultimately it's Team Toro holding the trophy on top of the pod. How are you feeling taking the win?
Man, this feels awesome. I knew coming into the weekend, I had to make up some ground on points on Tristan England, man. He's been so consistent, and this show just ended up working out in my favor, man. Started out with taking the race and win, but man, I honestly felt that energy in the pit party, seeing all the fans in the Toro Loco gear, and man, I just hope you guys go out to the merch stands and sell that thing out. Pero más que todo, ¿dónde está mi raza latina? And so, mero papa, man, it's an honor to be representing all my Latinos out there, man. But I'm not just representing y'all, I'm representing my family back home. But most importantly, man, anyone that's got a dream out there and you've been told that you can't do it because of what you look like, what language you speak, and where you come from, man, I'm living proof that you can do it. And I want to thank this guy and all the hard-working technicians for their hard work, because we couldn't do it without them. Wichita, I hope you guys had a great time, because I had a blast, man. I can't wait to see you guys next time. We love you. Woo!
Big win for Elvis Lainez. He gets 10 points back, but Tristan England remains a series points leader in the West as they try to get the automatic bid to World Finals in Nashville. Check us out on social media at Monster Jam. For everyone here at Monster Jam, I'm Scott Jordan. Good night from Wichita. I'll see you right here next time on Arena in 30, powered by Spinmaster.